And in fact, Representative threatened to call for a vote in the House to be current and relatively new speaker Mike Johnson. So do you support Mike Johnson as House Speaker?
I support Mike Johnson being the House Speaker. I will have that decision to make if it comes to the table as a congresswoman, have the conversations why and how we move forward with that. And I think people, that's what I think at the end of the day, what's right. How do we treat each other? I don't mean harm us to the mess, right? I'm not trying to pretend to fix that. It's going to be unified. But my job is to be focused and to listen to people. And I think that part as a like on the representation is just gonna not pay people ask. So as I move forward with those decisions as they are to me and Congresswoman, I will continue to have those conversations. I will let them know why I voted the way I stand. And there will be transparency and we'll see how we get to this decision.
Next question is from a member of the audience here today. And it has a very specific kind of scenario. So I think but I'll read the question answer. District 4 includes communities of very diverse regions. How will you handle situations where constituents widely support a policy that you yourself introduced, but your party would you be willing to go against party?
I know you will, and you will, but I am not a go. I'm about doing things right, and I'm about listening to the bottom line. I get that there's partisan politics involved in areas, and somehow I'm being very upfront and honest how I think about issues. But I learned so much from my conversations, whether we agree or disagree. I learned so much changes how we I have been in the city times. I have support the city. I've had some conversations on that level, and I have looked for that. Nor I am small. I as a foster, you can imagine, kind of painting a picture, let you know that I am not an endowment candidate. I am not money. I'm about that will change. Promise that.
Thank you. This next question is kind of emerging from an audience written down itself. According to public records, as well as your own website, both your residence and your campaign office are located outside the congressional district. While this is legal and in fact not unique according to congressional candidates, it does raise a question of how you intend to serve as a district.
That's a great question. So, and I'm glad I get the chance to share this with you. So my address is Kaiser. So I left my office box. I sold my house and I live in the district. So my husband and I we have over 100 cities. We are grassroots, 100% shopping, buying gas in the district, absolutely. And so we real estate are looking at property in the district. However, our address is same, and that's so we are excited to grassroots meeting. It's not just 100 cities that we have in the district. Again, it's 8,000 square miles. I'm really honored that we have. To me, it's a privilege to come out and where they. It wouldn't matter what city is. District, every place really important. So to me, I feel that I do district because I'm in my RV, but I can also for security reasons. That's a long story, but I'm happy to share. And said recognize my
one more sort of political process kind of question, and if we have time, I know these questions. We talked a little bit about how unaffiliated are the largest block of that I believe is true of most congressional districts. What's your message are so disillusioned that they either are not choosing to register or not chosen to figure out how to register with the party On a related note, Oregon's primaries are closed primaries, so public, etc. And do you support that policy?
We have so many election issues, that's something that I'm open to looking at in the future, but right now it is the rule and I support. I really solution for it until we forward Secretary of State. Sorry, and there's more issues with that, but I will tell you, I'm talking just so many people in the district, all ages, and it's the younger ages that are important to trust. And I vote to that I should have. I obviously get on the vote and encourage you and to register party. However, there's a lot of information from new voters, right? I really encourage young people to get engaged in the process. The importance of course is to show up for everyone. Party should be part of the process. But I would also tell you that I think I'll see the part for and I can remember voting since I was stick proud and do the research on the side who's the one to represent SI. Many times I've done it, of course so I cannot stress enough that we all have a responsibility to encourage our family and our colleagues to find a great area and better job of to participate in the process of democracy. And that's something that our vets and all here service, every vet fought for that right for us to show yourself.
The idea that the 2020 presidential election is stolen is an idea that continues to have support by former President Trump. Oh, not to go back to election, but presidential election. How confident are the United States sort of in aggregate properly and fairly elect?
That's it. These are tough questions. I do believe that I have confidence in elections. I wish that everyone it's better. Do we have issues? Absolutely. And we can fix those issues because we have to demand accountability. Not in looking forward to your not looking back. Importance is showing we have had the best voting appearance and voting attendance that we've ever had. And I think that's going to be bad. But the reality is to strong democracy to get issues, no matter what they or how they or what they're to get slot, getting engaged in the process has got to be. And I think all of our responsibility to share that, to be encouraging and hope that by showing up and having your serve that we can.
How you think that we're on a path to having election results that is widely supported by candidates?
I wish I could say I felt that confidence. I don't, and I'll tell you why. Not because I don't in process or how we handle our elections or anything negative like that. I don't see it as an issue, security issue. I see it as an issue and fact that have don't process and foresee the value process. I
think we just have time for questions, and I want to ask one here today. Many Oregonians are concerned about human rights, which ability to Palestine and Israel. After a clearly marked truck was bombed in American citizen, where does the conversation begin around ensuring that our tax dollars not support killing more of the are on the ground heroes, Americans, workers who are sort of public sector.
Again, not an easy one answer question. I think accountability financially is relevant and applicable, right? And even saying life, well, of course, that's to save lives, to lives, also that just to ensure that first and foremost should be having every American citizen should not be a hostage, and that's where our resources should be. We should be fighting for American citizens first on every, and so the fact that we have hostages, not take strong thought or to that direction is important, and that's something. But to your point, you have this large budget package, trillions of dollars, and they're allocated for special projects for personal gain for both parties. I think corruption goes both ways. I'm not personal on that. I think that's where Congress has failed. That's where have our elected officials true to line and provide accountability for the fiscal responsibility projects, issues that we're having, and it should never be a representative on any level and go into the salary and walk out with $50. Have to fix that. Have to stop the corruption. I wish that conversation was as big as it is. The conversation that is a part of why we're struggling finding the answers in the conflict.
Thank you. Very briefly touched on this earlier in the hour. Second, issues about gun regulation policy and the goal of reducing gun violence. What do you think is the balance between constitutional rights and sort of societal?
So this is a very important conversation. I am a staunch believer in our Second Amendment, our Constitution, and I will tell you that in my opinion and forward, failure of our government has got to be mental. We have to put our resources, our time, our energy into our legislation. That's so.
I've heard you mention a number of times sort of the role of state and experience, especially in local governments. I'm wondering why you have on couple of times now for a federal office, which sort of in person not have some of these critical issues, albeit so why do you see a federal speak?
Excellent. I'm so glad you asked that question because when I started my process, and I mentioned that to you, my heart was driven in finding our state level because we have the money, we have the accountability. So I believe that it's the federal restraints on areas. It's where as our federal representatives, all of us, there are 6 of us, right? So we have that seat. So importance is fiscal responsibility. And for me, when I started this process, and again, my heart was in kids, the more I got involved, the more I've always been a policy real reality. I saw this firsthand corruption of or driven. I have felt passionate. I'm investing not only my own time, but I am investing my money. I put money where my pockets. I've invested into the people and into solutions, finding resources and answers. Where you see and witness firsthand corruption of our government, driven I am responsible that I will be an excellent representative to support you that is respectful and find solutions so that we have a better way. I do that with my heart. Fred would not still in the fight.
Now, here's a question that I never asked at the beginning of my journalism career, which is, what do you think about TikTok? Specifically, what do you think the federal government's role should be, as some have suggested certain social media platforms be banned in the United States? Where do you stand?
This is a hot topic on levels, but I will tell you, going in on day one, I have 4 different bills that I'm supporting Two, I created 2 pieces of legislation I created, and 2 that I have signed moving forward as a for Congress should I be Congresswoman. So very well known policy. This is one of the points. House Bill 230 talks about censorship, talks about importance of social media and how not only are we censored, and as people and as people, I should say, and not just politics, we're censored. And these platforms are monopolies and they're not our friends. So to your point of TikTok and using that, I would also, but I don't think it's one issue. Obviously, China is one of our number one countries. So I think it's important that how we use that is important. But I also think that it's something that the government doesn't have to and tell someone they have to sell it. I think do different options and solutions for that. We should have. I will tell you that I have struggled on social media. I have over 1,000 total combined. You will find that my history in social media is long. I've been a 30-year servant. I have served my community in multiple areas. I'm trying to share that with it's a long list. But everything together to our kids, to sports, I have been committed to my and grassroots of what's important to our kids and how we take care of our future generations. That being said, we have to protect our kids as well, right? We have that responsibility. But is it government's responsibility? So I would tell you that I received firsthand that our government plays a role in our lives and coming social, not just from out of the country, but into our own. And so we need to our own government to a higher standard and not allow them to our privacy strongly. It's not just about China, it's about all of them to into our homes, into our families, to our lives as privacy. So it's not just to me, it's not just about it, it's about all of them.
Thank you. I think we're getting close to the time to wrap up. I wanted to give you the chance to make a closing statement. There's a lot of issues that we covered, some that we didn't get to. I didn't ask you about healthcare, for instance. But this is your chance to your closing statement and
Ask me so. You know, I will let you know, first of all, I'm very available. I have my website is amyoregon.com. My phone number is on my business card, but I would like it's 503-999-6972. It's my phone, staff. So, and I want to have the conversations with what's important. I haven't touched on it. So please reach out to me because it's so important. Something's important to you. And I wrote this out because I did it since we talked. But in closing, the Oregonians feel for our kids, for our seniors, and for our vets. And I think so much more. I've always been a person that we better. And so to be part of the solution, to ask for your vote, I'll be honest, sitting here with today is an honor. This is the most important job in your life. And you as you're deciding is going to be your voice and I don't. So I'm honored to be honored that have asked the questions and have questions. I love the team, so I appreciate that. I want you to have confidence no matter your party that you both and right position is respect, honest, do on behalf of a lot of issues. All 7 counties, a lot of issues to tackle. And so it's exhausting, it's important to be engaged, and that's like I need your support as you will be. So I ask for you to do your homework, check on all of my social media, or call and ask the questions so that you feel confident for me. Like that is it would be easy to go on and on. And I'm one of those people who have a lot to say. So we kind of touched on this today. And I can't stress enough to reach out to me, connect with me. I am trying to go to everything from city councils, chambers to have coffees. I have coffees and again, besides the district. So you would like to take a sign for me, or you'd like to donate. Appreciate that. Again, I want to be that is driven for the people. I don't that, don't, that we've had excellent representation in this position, so I do often think against Oil that she is vulnerable and have better representation. It's not personal. It's about we are as a where we want to be as fiscal, financially, national debt, just can't survive this. So with that, thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Amy. And it's over now to the top.
Just one more thing for Lily and Chris. Springfield City Club is going to be back here next Thursday. Talking about Springfield Road Bond. So we hope to see you back to the letter that went out. And Mary, do you have anything you want to say on? Nope. Okay. They're meeting next Friday. So, all right. Well, we'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining us.